Yo, shout out Daily Gems, man. It's your boy JDAGR8. My daily gem of the day is poor man values money, rich man values time. So make sure you value your time over money. And peasants look for what they could take. Kings look for what they can give back. So if you consider yourself a king, look for what you can give back versus what you could take.
The Daily Gems. Yeah!
From and what was it like growing up for you?
Houston, man, it was weird. Houston is different. You know what I mean? I'm from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So whatever come with that. I don't really want to go into details of that. You know, niggas know what it is from the hood, you know, when you from the hood. My mom had a bunch of kids at a young age, so shit was a struggle. You know, so to be here, man, is a blessing. I didn't think I'd be this far, bro.
How many siblings do you have?
8.
Hey, and what are you? You fall somewhere in
Second.
the middle?
I'm second. I'm second oldest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So basically, I had to be an adult early. You know what I'm saying?
What are, like, as a man, right? What are like some qualities or like some morals that you try to instill in your younger siblings?
Man, you just gotta be a stand-up nigga. You know, that's what I try to put in all my siblings, man. You gotta do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Without going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Of course. But shit, do what you want to do, man. And, you know, be proud about whatever the fuck you want to do and make money while you're doing it. You know what I mean? You gotta be your own boss. I live on that shit right there, for real, for real. Gotta be your own boss.
What were like some of your jobs before you started rapping?
Jobs?
Yeah.
Man. You know, it's funny. I think I got my first job when I was like 19. Literally. And I was working with a moving company. And I'm still not everybody's house I was moving out of, man. I don't lie to you. Hey, boy, nigga was still in. You don't never give a nigga no job like that, for real. That was my first job. That's why I ain't never gave a nigga a job from the get-go, you know what I'm saying?
What were some of the things that you would find yourself like grabbing when you were there?
Man, whatever. You know, because when people moving, you know, you can always blame this shit on, oh, you probably left it at the other house. You know, that's the worst thing. You know, that's the worst thing when you're moving, you're always losing some shit. So, man, whatever fit my pocket, you know what I'm saying? And then it was crazy because they were tipping us too. Niggas really just savage. They was tipping us too. You know what I'm saying? Niggas stealing.
How did you get into rapping? What made you like? What was that moment or that point that made you be like, all right, I'm gonna do this?
Well, I caught a felony at 13, so like I said, I never was able to get a job. So I always had a bunch of like free time to myself and shit like that, man. So rapping was almost like a way to vent because I felt like I didn't get enough attention from my people. So I always had something to talk about, you know what I'm saying? I think I wrote my first rhyme, like literally like wrote it down when I was like 7 years old. And shit just started transpiring from there. When I finally went to middle school, I finally recorded my first record. So I've been doing this shit for a minute, bro.
Is that record out?
Hell nah.
Nah.
Fuck, I don't know where that bitch at. For real.
Being from Houston, right?
Yeah.
How did Paul Wall and Slim Thug influence you?
As a matter of fact, that was like 2005. I was actually about to be in that rollout of artists that rolled out at that time, but I had caught a case, and that fucked up everything. So, now though, how they influence, how Slim influenced me. You know, Slim got like a housing project, so that nigga like he'd give a lot back to the city, as well as Trader Truth. You know, so them niggas is like big homies in Houston that, you know, I look up to them niggas in the sense of, not so much in the sense of music, but in the sense of giving back. You know what I mean? Because I kind of find my inspiration from other artists. I just try to be different. I never wanted to be the nigga that you can listen to my music and be like, he from Houston, just off of my music, you know what I'm saying? Accent, cool. For music, nah, I kind of wanted a wider variety, if that makes sense.
No, for sure. You mentioned briefly about you like your time in jail. Like, how long were you there for?
The last time I was in jail, I had did 5 years flat in prison. That was like 2000. I came home 2013, and that was it right there. Like, that was it.
What's the biggest lesson that you could say prison taught you?
Poor man values money, rich man values time. Peasants look for what they could take, kings look for what they can give. You know, and that shit stuck in my head. You know what I'm saying? When you in there, it's a lot of shit you could do with your brain. You know what I'm saying? You can fall off on the deep end from being stuck in this 9x6 cage every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, you could touch the walls. You know what I'm saying? Like this. That's where you live. You could touch, you lean, you can touch the walls. You know, you can fall off on the deep end, or you can jump off on the high end and take off. And you know, everybody look at jail and think it's like a lot of fucked up niggas in there. It's niggas in there that know they fucked up, that's trying to flip shit around. So then you got younger niggas that come in there, and it's OGs in there that try to keep you from coming back to that bitch. So I just so happened to run into them type.
Oh, I dig it. How do you define the word artist?
I mean, artist is art. I can't really like box it, because when I think about art, I think about freelance. You know, being able to like freely create a picture that you feel is what you trying to convey, the message. You know, so I take the same concept of a artist that paints, and I transfer that over to music, because I paint a picture verbally. So I want to try to make sure that, since I can't paint this picture in front of you for you can see forever, I got to paint it verbally so you can see whatever forever in your mind. You know what I'm saying? So I take that artist shit like seriously, because I know how to draw too. So it's kind of easy for me to transfer that same shit over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the first OG to like take you in with the music?
You mean the first one that inspired me?
Nah, just like the first person that was already established in the music game that
took me in?
Took you in, yeah.
Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. That was in 05 when I said I was part of the rollout artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga had came to Houston. It's crazy because a nigga didn't recognize him. You know, we used to them niggas having long hair and shit. This nigga shaved all this shit off. The nigga was going through some shit or some shit, man. But I was actually like trapping out of a hotel on the southwest side. That shit's like, it's like good clickbait. They don't ever want to single out the good shit. So, you know, what y'all doing is great, bro. Because niggas need that. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about me is, I write a lot of music, right? But I play too. You know what I'm saying? I be saying shit, keep niggas laughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? And some of my music, but I still drop, you know what I mean, like gems. Like in one of my songs, I say some shit like how you spending all that money on that booty, but that booty don't bounce. That's to the bitches with the ass shots. It's funny, but it's like, bitch, why you buy this ass if this motherfucker ain't gonna move like an ass? You feel me?
Yeah,
you feel me? But it's a gem. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you feel me? Like you bought a booty, and this bitch not even a booty no more. You know what I'm saying? The fuck. So you feel me? Like, even with that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people, they'll laugh, but it's like some real game to you know, a chick who probably thinking about going to buy a booty.
That's a fact.
And I say the same thing, like, you know what I'm saying? If your titties not soft, then they're not titties. Like, you buying these too.
That's a fact.
The shit gotta be what it gotta be.
What it's supposed to be.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Not no rocks. You know what I'm saying? They buying rocks, man. That shit's like, it's like good clickbait. They don't ever want to single out the good shit. So, yeah, what y'all doing is great, bro. Because niggas need that. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about me is, I write a lot of music, right? But I play too. You know what I'm saying? I be saying shit, keep niggas laughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? And some of my music, but I still drop, you know what I mean, like gems. Like in one of my songs, I say some shit like how you spending all that money on that booty, but that booty don't bounce. That's to the bitches with the ass shots. It's funny, but it's like, bitch, why you buy this ass if this motherfucker ain't gonna move like an ass? You feel me?
Yeah,
you feel me? But it's a gym. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you feel me? Like you bought a booty. And this bitch not even a booty no more. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? So you feel me? Like, even with that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people, they'll laugh, but it's like some real game to you know, a chick who probably thinking about going to buy a booty.
That's a fact.
And I say the same thing, like, you know what I'm saying? If your titties not soft, then they're not titties. Like, you buying these too.
That's a fact.
The shit gotta be what it gotta be.
What it's supposed to be.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Not no rocks. You know what I'm saying? They buying rocks, man. So I'm big on that. I try to drop in every song. I try to drop some gems, bro, regardless.
This is also part of the because that way you can put his phone away. Just keep recording.
Oh, we rolling right now?
Yeah.
Oh shit, my bad.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like when you was like giving like the first part of the answer, like you wasn't on it, and even you on it. It's cool though.
Yeah.
You know. But let's jump back in real quick. You were saying that Busy Bone, he came and people didn't really recognize him because he cut all his hair off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that nigga was going through some shit. That nigga going. If he see this shit, I don't even know if that nigga remember. But that nigga was going through some shit. That nigga looked like he had lost his whole mind, bro. But I used to idolize them niggas growing up because my mom had all these kids, so it was like, hey, this me. I'm him, you this nigga, you this nigga, and you this nigga. It's 4 of us. Voila. I was busy. So to see this nigga, you know, you can always recognize, I don't give a fuck what the nigga do. You gonna know it. That's my dog. So I had seen a nigga, and like I said, I was at a hotel. I was traveling out of a hotel. And when I seen him, I had stepped outside. I was finna go bust a move. I was like, hey. I was like, yo, look how Bone Thugs. And they was like, yeah, right here, right here, right here. Like, damn, that's that nigga, man. Because I had told my niggas, I had some niggas in the hotel, too. I was like, man, bro, that's Busy Bone right there. They was like, that ain't that nigga. Because like I said, this nigga looked deranged, bro. Talking about his shit was just, it was like, you know, when you shave it off and it's growing back, nigga didn't have no edge up. Nigga shit was wild. Nigga shit like weeds, you know what I'm saying? That nigga shit was wild. But when I spoke to the nigga, you know, I told him, I was like, man, you know, I was young, I think I was like 19. I was like, man, you my idol, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me some game. Like, I'm trying to bust out in this music industry, and I don't know where to go with this shit. All I know how to do is make good music. That's it. I don't know nothing.
You remember that gem that he gave you?
Man, that nigga was wild, bro. His gems were pretty much just, like, experience. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that he actually told me that I could give you because that nigga was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But his actions was enough for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Growing up, who were some of your favorite artists that inspired you to make you want to like get into the game?
First and foremost, man, Snoop. Snoop was my first artist. Cause that nigga used to be cold. Like in the 90s. But that nigga was on top. That nigga was on top of his shit. It was Snoop. You know what I'm saying? It's weird because the only reason why I had fucked with Snoop, because I was big in cartoons when I was younger. I was riding with my pops. My pops had like this mean ass lack drop top. He was like one of them niggas in the early 90s. Them niggas that's balling. Whatever car them niggas, them gangster niggas was driving, that's what my pops was driving. And I remember riding in it, and I couldn't even see out the window because I was so little. And I seen the tape, the doggy style tape, and it was a cartoon on the tape. So I thought it was a cartoon. I was like, hey, what's this? He was like, shit, that's what you listening to. And immediately my mind automatically put cartoons with music. I was like, damn, so I can still fuck with this, and I can add this to the equation. So, you know, Snoop, that little bitty shit like that, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then later on my dad dipped off. He went to the feds, and I hadn't seen him for like 20 years, bro, but because those were the last memories of him, that shit like really stuck with me with this music shit. Small shit like that, bro. So I'm gonna say Snoop. Then I picked up on Biggie because of the radios were playing them niggas heavy, you know. Back then it was all radio. It wasn't no fucking internet, you know what I'm saying? So it's whatever them niggas played. Snoop, Biggie, Pac. Then after that, you know, I just started picking other artists like niggas like from the South, Luda, R&B niggas like Kels. And man, it just kept going, bro. Jigga started. That's when it's like I was moving. I felt like with music, I was moving from like coast to coast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with my ears, it was weird because back then all of the music sounded different. Like you could tell this nigga from the East Coast, this nigga from the West Coast, this nigga from down south. You could tell. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like shit's just like blended. You can't really tell where niggas from unless they got a heavy accent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Jay-Z kind of helped with that, like that southern crossover to where making it acceptable, like more so like in New York, you know, when he collabed with UGK.
Pimp C and Bond.
Yeah.
Right. That's what actually, to be honest with you, Pimp and Bond is what put me on Jay.
Okay.
That collab.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And A-Ball, MJG,
yeah.
the niggas was doing their thing too. Like, you know, music was at a, so, you know, kind of, if I could go back, that was kind of like my best era. That era, whatever that was, the 90s era or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like early 2000s too.
Yeah, because it was all discreet.
Yeah.
It was all like, you could tell exactly where that shit come from. And so it made it easier for me to study. You know what I'm saying? Versus now, this shit just a book with no chapters. This music nowadays is just a book with no chapters. That shit is like a book with index cards in between. West Coast, East Coast, down south, Florida. Like, you could pinpoint that shit. Trick Daddy.
Yeah.
He had Florida on lock back then. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I've been heavy in music for a while. Matter of fact, talking to you is making me realize how much I actually studied that shit when I was little. Shit crazy.
That's fire. It's going back to what you were just saying about like the index card and like just like being able to, like, back then when you heard an artist you could tell like where they're from.
Right.
It's like nowadays
it's
like,
literally, bro. It's literally nowadays it's like a binder with no fucking index. It's just from start to finish. You just gotta roll through it. It's like having an open book test, but no chapters. So you don't know where to go find your answers at. You just gotta read the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where versus back then it was like, okay, you can go to the index tab or the West Coast and bam. Okay, this is what I'm gonna listen to on this, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. You know, so shit's different now, bro.
Now that makes me like wonder, right? You have the ability to manifest the life that you want, right?
Right.
But the steps is never laid out for you, right?
Right.
Where do you see yourself next year, and how do you plan on getting there?
Next year, I see myself on a global scale. Only because I got a different message. You know what I mean? I rap, but I do a little more than rap.
What's that message that you're trying to convey to your audience?
Well, like my motto and my label is called "Till We Are Rich," for starters. You know what I'm saying? So that shit alone is it's kind of like self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Where meaning I'm not just in this for my own self. You know what I'm saying? I'm in it for me and like everybody around me, because you're not rich if your people ain't rich. You can have $1 million today. If your people not rich, what you got to do?
Yeah.
You got to keep on breaking off until they get there. And the more you break off, the less you got. You know what I mean? So the goal is to get everybody around you rich. Then you really rich. Yeah. Because then your money is your money. But if I'm the only millionaire in my group, you know what I'm saying? Mm. I ain't no millionaire. I got to take care of everybody. Yeah. Because ain't nobody else doing nothing, or I ain't put them in position. You know what I mean? So, you know, I that's what I represent. And then, you know, being locked up, man, like it opened my eyes to a whole lot of other shit too. You know what I mean? With religion, government, things like that. So every now and then I'll drop some of them type of jewels in there. So I feel like there's not people that's doing it on the scale that I plan on doing it, because you can oversaturate the market if you go too far into it. Mm-hmm. So it got to be a way. You got to know how to sneak this type of shit in. It's almost like sneaking. It's like sneaking medicine into juice for a baby. You ain't gonna get a baby the medicine straight drop, because the baby gonna deny it the next time you try to get it to him. Mm-hmm. So you gotta drop that shit off into some of the milk or some of the food or some shit, and they ain't even know that, you know, you fixing them. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like, that's like my strategy. Like, I can't get these niggas straight drop right now. Right now I gotta blend this shit in. So I'm gonna talk about selling dope, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also talking about, nigga, you get bammed, you bam, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm gonna give you the flip side too, you know what I'm saying? So I see myself at the top, bro. You know what what I'm saying? With some real good industry. I know I'm gonna make some good friends in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, because I just see shit different, bro. And one thing I learned, man, about this industry is OGs last longer. You know what I'm saying? Depending on bosses last longer. It take bosses longer to make it. I'm a boss. I consider myself a boss. It take bosses to make it in the industry longer because bosses don't ask for handouts. Versus, you know, a nigga might blow up overnight, but this nigga owe 50 niggas. He got the percentage over here going to these niggas, percentage going to this label, percentage going to this little nigga, like percentage to this, to everybody. But a boss nigga is gonna take the long route, and when you ain't got help, what happens? It's slower. You know what I'm saying? So that's my approach with this shit, man. So I know when it pop, it's over with, bro. Kind of like Rick Ross. The niggas got there late, but look at them niggas now.
Fact.
Nigga got there late.
Yeah,
Jigga got there late too.
27. J. Cole got there 27.
Come on, man. Bosses though, but you get what I'm saying? Like them niggas is bosses, bro. Yeah. Every now and then you'll get a nigga like a Drake. Mm-hmm. They got in like kind of early and got blessed like that. Every now and then, some niggas is blessed like that from whatever the fuck they went through that they deserved it. Mm-hmm. But you know, for the most part, from my research, boss niggas, it take them a while to get there. Mm-hmm. But when they there. So.
Yeah. How did you get in tune with Rap-A-Lot?
Well, you know, they're from the city. So, you know, it's inevitable. I'm always out, them niggas always out, and we really just got a good relationship. A lot of people from Houston, and they go back to the conversation that I was saying with the bosses. Mm-hmm. A lot of niggas from Houston that take that route because the niggas already got a lot going on. So like, hey, put me on this, please do this for me. Whatever the fuck happens, it happens, not me. You know what I'm saying? So how I got in tune with them is from just doing my own thing. Never asking for shit, you know what I'm saying? Nothing, you know? I'll get invited to a section and be like, I'm good. I got a section over here. Appreciate you though, you know, like that type of shit. You know, I always want to make sure that my lane was open for myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did, so.
With Jay Prince being the head of the label, what does he mean to you?
He not the head of my label.
That's just the confusion because there's the no jumper thing. So.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. So JDAGR8 that's my label.
Okay.
Jay Prince is over Mob Ties, which is a branch off of Rap-A-Lot. But this all us. It's all us.
Okay.
So the no jumper, the no jumper thing. A lot of people probably got that misconstrued because I didn't really say a lot on there. Yeah. But that's them. That's us.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Coming into the game, right? What were like some like your personal goals and like what are some milestones that you would like hope to reach?
Personal goals. One of my number one goals is to be able to do what I want to do without worrying about a price tag. That's like the number one goal. Is to live life without the price tag. You know what I mean? That price tag is stressful. You know, when you got to go in the store and you got to flip the shoe at the bottom and look at how much this shit costs to see if you can afford it right now, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's like with life, you know what I mean? With houses, with businesses, I don't want to have to ask and then have to scratch the back of my neck like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to just be able to do what the fuck I want to do when I want to do it, you know what I mean? And it just be financially taken care of. And that's the path I'm trying to set for my young niggas too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like the number one goal is to be fucking stress-free with finances so we can really motherfucking me stretch. You know what I'm saying? Because when you ain't stressing, when you're not stressing, you can see clearer. When you stressing, man, stress is a distraction. You know what I'm saying? It could do two things to you. It could fuck you up and make you forget, you know what I'm saying, the real goal that you're trying to get to, one. Or two, you know what I'm saying, it could push you to the real goal you're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? It's really like a 50-50 depending on the person. You know what I'm saying? But for me, fuck that stress shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit is it's like a blindfold. It's like walk around this bitch, you know what I'm saying, with bandana tied around your eyes. You don't know where you're going. You too busy trying to solve this and try to solve that you forgot what the motherfucker the goal is. So yeah.
Being in such a digital age, right, we're subjected to seeing the growth of others with like social media and stuff. How do you manage like seeing those on a larger scale, but being able to stay true to yourself?
Man, that was the hardest thing for me. Not necessarily thinking about it, am I gonna stay true to myself, but seeing these whack niggas on these larger platforms that was the hardest thing first and foremost. But like I said, you know, the concept that stuck with me that made me kind of like see over that was the fact that, like I said, bosses is gonna take longer for them. You know what I'm saying? So instead of complaining, because that's what I used to do. I used to like be like, this nigga trash. How the fuck this shit get on the fucking radio? These niggas horrible, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because the niggas don't know. Not every song on the radio is a hit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's shit just happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, if you got $1 billion, I can go record. Nigga, put it like this. Kanye recorded a song last year, and the nigga, a whole verse of nigga saying, whoop diddy doop, scoop, scoop, scoopity, scoop,
Yeah.
scoop. You feel me? That was the nigga verse. But guess what? The radio still fucking played it because money. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? So instead of me complaining now I just sit back and take notes like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? I learned that it's not necessarily music, it's the push behind it. So I say, man, everything on the radio not no fucking hit. We don't even listen to the radio no more.
Facts.
Nigga, we streaming. We DJing. All of us DJs now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga need to go get a DJ gig on the cool.
When you need to recoup your energy, where do you find yourself and what do you do?
What type of energy? Musical energy?
No, just like
energy?
overall, when you just need to get back to your persona, you feel me? Like when you need to get back to you and just like get your mind right. What do you find yourself doing and where do you go?
Shit, man, I just go back to where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? I just look back. You know, they say never look back, but, you know, looking back, it helps you to see how far you've come. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I get caught in that dark place, I just think about the times when I was in that motherfucking cell eating ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? 3 times a day and shit like that. And where, you know, working out was like actually like playing a video game in a free world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I just go back to that. Nigga don't ever want to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking heat in prison in Texas.
Yeah.
Everybody already know Texas is hot.
Facts.
Now imagine that heat that you know, that you hear of. You've never been to Texas, so imagine the heat that you hear of in a cage though, surrounded by cement. So that shit is times 10, whatever the fuck. If it's 100 degrees outside, it's 115 degrees in this motherfucking cell. You feel me? So that shit right there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, if you can't get no energy off of that, nigga, you stupid. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with your head, bro. For real, for real. So that's how I get all my energy, bro. I just think, I turn around. Turn around and see how far I came. Like, yeah, man.
Do you think that's your biggest motivation of going hard?
Fuck yeah. Well, it was. Now my kids is, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. How many kids you have?
I got 3.
Okay.
Like two boys and a girl. My oldest is 4. That's my biggest motivation now, because I'm a stand-up father. Like, I take that father shit.
Yeah.
Like, I take that shit with pride, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga would if he walking with Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? Down Harlem or some shit. A nigga be proud of that. I'm proud of that father stamp. You know what I'm saying? Because my pops wasn't able to be there for me, so being that I got access to do and raise, you know what I'm saying? Like the gems that I was giving to my niggas all of these years, and I can get that shit to my son. And it's like, kids like your project. It's like your project. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lifelong project. At least to 18, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that shit, that's my shit right there. That's my biggest drive, that's my biggest push right there, above all.
I know you like, going back to like our conversation with being bosses and like Jay-Z showing everybody the route, right? What are some other things that you want to like venture out and do outside of music? Yeah, go ahead.
What's the question again?
What are some things that you would like to explore like outside of music?
Shit, housing. I got a lot of plans, bro. My ultimate goal at the end of the day is to build a theme park, but on a scale of like Disney World, like that big, not no small shit. Just cause I think I like the concept of theme parks. When you think about a theme park, you think about a place that you go pay for. You go pay for happiness. You pay for family time. Disney World, niggas go there every year. You know what I'm saying? Every year for what? Family vacations, to have fun with their family. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to bring that to life, you know what I'm saying, with niggas and shit, that's my end goal with all of this shit, man. I want to be able to do some shit like that right there, bro. That's some shit that'll last forever. Yeah. And then I'll be able to say that I'm responsible for families getting back together and niggas smiling.
That's fine. What are you working on at the moment?
JDAGR8 too, the album that we're working on right now. New single that we getting ready to drop called Came From Mexico. This shit finna go crazy. Remember I said that too. This song called Came From Mexico, this shit about to go, shit finna go crazy, bro. As soon as it drop, this shit finna go stupid, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a nice little setup for everything that I got like in my like evil little genius motherfucking me mind. Like after this shit, then I'm finna start slapping these niggas with a bunch of this shit. Slapping them. Yo, shout out Daily Gems, man. It's your boy JDAGR8. My daily gem of the day is poor man values money, rich man values time. So make sure you value your time over money. And peasants look for what they can take. Kings look for what they can give back. So if you consider yourself a king, look for what you can give back versus what you can take. I'm out this motherfucker.
Comment and subscribe. Hit that notify.
You come around over here, we gonna tell you mother.
Wow.